Welcome to the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. When you think of luxury watches, chances are clear that you will think first of Rolex. It remains the luxury watch preference for the rich and famous for over a century now. But what makes it special? Rolex produces items that are designed for ease of use and identification. Just recently, they released the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Deepsea Challenge watch, and that's what we will be talking about in this video. This video is yet again brought to you by the luxury world. Don't forget to subscribe to receive updates on our most recent videos. Today, we will give you an overview of the new Rolex to see if it will be a hit or a failure. Let us begin with the specification of the new Rolex Deepsea Challenge watch. The watch has a 50mm diameter with a 23mm thickness. This is crafted out of what Rolex called the RLX titanium. It came from their very own metal factory, where Rolex creates their combination of materials and metals. The indexes or the dial is made out of intense black with chromalite for improved visibility in darker environments. They also use the ceramic bezel, which is the trademark material used for the luminous effect on the watch itself. The water resistance rating of this watch is astounding. It can reach 36,090 feet or 11,000 meters. This is the deepest watch in terms of water resistance rating so far. In terms of interior function, this Deepsea Challenge watch features the Caliber 3230, which is a movement developed and made entirely by Rolex for outstanding performance. It has a 70-hour power reserve and a frequency of 28,800 beats per hour with 31 joules. This watch is definitely going to be chronometer certified. Rolex has superlative chronometer standards that come with the CUSC. Another one is the internal Rolex certification after they installed the movement inside the watch. This is something that Rolex does mostly on their watches to ensure the quality of their sports watches across the market now. This watch just announced its release this month. It will be made available right away this November 2022. As we speak, this is an incredibly significant cost of 26,000 USD. It's also dependent on the exchange rate where the watch is purchased across the entire world. It's fair to say that this watch has a large potential to become sold in the aftermarket. Furthermore, it's also important to take note of the discussion between Omega and Rolex for comparison over the recent years. Watch enthusiasts and collectors criticize Omega for allegedly copying the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, while they had this colorway dials. But then again, those are just speculations. Then, Omega came out with a watch that was a version of the planet Ocean that is designed for extreme depths. This was the deepest dive rated for divers. They rated this watch as reaching 6,000 meters, and they came out with a watch that is quite a large watch. Very much like what we are talking about today, which is the Rolex Deepsea Challenge. It's not as big as the one with Rolex because it was only about 44mm or 43.5mm. So it's still less than the watch that we are reviewing today. Taking away the crown, in terms of Rolex, having their watch seems that it was definitely going to be the best market for the most water resistance. It's also the deepest dive rating that brings up to this date. Rolex has produced this ultimate watch, which is a rating of twice the depth rating of that Omega watch. However, it's also priced reasonably, as it also nearly doubles the difference in case size, so much more than what the industry's standard is for dive watches. It may be around 40 to 41mm, but then Omega's Planet Ocean approached and made ones that is around 44mm, followed by the difference. Rolex changed the game and opened up the possibility of creating 15mm. It's around 10mm larger than what we recognized as a classic dive watch you can find. It now becomes an accomplishment that Rolex has nearly doubled the competition. Due to its weight condition, it's extremely noted as a large watch. But because of the titanium, it features the use of RLX titanium in the case and bracelet of the Deepsea Challenge. It's the one that significantly helps in reducing the weight of the watch. Although individual preferences for watch weight vary, anyone who has ever held or worn a titanium watch will know the difference in wearability and overall wearing experience. It's easily and immediately noticeable, for better or worse. This is going to be the most feasible way to market the watch. This Deepsea Challenge watch is a follow-up to the experimental Rolex watch created in 2012 to accompany James Cameron on his journey through the Mariana Trench. The new Deepsea Challenge watch, according to Rolex, is a watch that defies the limits. Thus, it's so far the deepest dive watch you can buy in the market. The new 2022 Rolex Deepsea Challenge watch is definitely a start. If Rolex cannot have the deepest traveled watch, it will resolve and go for the deepest capable watch that can be available. However, such competition breeds innovation, and propelling manufacturing techniques help the brand continue to move forward. With the release of this new watch, many thoughts are developing in the minds of the people. This watch is something that no one else has expected and no one could have imagined. This could also be a defining moment in which some people would think that Rolex is not just for collectors anymore. It's meant for those who wish to wear the biggest watch and to display it to most people in the world that they have the largest Rolex watch. This is something that the industry-leading watch brand is known for. They come across as producing an item in the market with something that is going to be a major hit. Rolex has the ability to do so, and it was also necessary. The real significance of this product is not just on its performance, but on the prospect of the brand eventually trying to introduce an entirely new material to its defined Rolex professional watch collections. What are your impressions and opinions about the new Rolex Oyster Perpetual Deepsea Challenge watch? Is it a flop or not? We want to hear your thoughts about it. If you liked this video, let us know in the comment section below. This is the luxury world. See you again in our next video.